Hello, I'd like to cover some announcements and go back over the assignments one more time and talk about a little bit as well about the discussion board and how to participate effectively in that. There's so much information that comes at you at the beginning of the semester, and in Blackboard, if you're not particularly used to working in an online environment, it can be very confusing. So if you feel a little overwhelmed and confused, you're in good company. You're not alone. Let me walk through the semester a little bit and talk a little bit about what you can expect in terms of the papers that are due and what we do on the discussion board. The graded papers are the assigned graded papers. They're different than what we're doing in terms of the discussion board. So let me first start by going over the assignments. If we look at I'm looking now at all of the week-to-week weeks that are available in the semester. Some of them aren't yet visible to you. I'm still working on them, but the key ones that you need to know about are currently visible. You basically have 5 mini papers that you're doing in the course of the semester. Those are small papers, 2 to 4 pages, that what you're doing is you're choosing a topic in the looking at the syllabus and the coffee shop and selecting a date when we're talking about the topic that you're interested in, for example, and doing one of those mini papers on. For example, if on the date that we're going to be talking about teaming and virtual teaming, you can look and find out what date that is in the syllabus and then go into the coffee shop and sign up to do one of your 5 mini papers, 2 to 4 page papers on that date. And what you'll be doing is turning it in by the deadline, which is typically right there during that week, and you're going to then will be posting it during that week so that people in the class are getting your material as supplemental material to when we're talking about teaming in the class. Normally, either in Nordhaus or Alberon, we want to have your material available as well for discussion. So you have 5 of those mini papers. Now you'll be doing 3 of them early in the semester and trying to get them out of the way. You're going to be trying to get those done not later than week 8, which begins on October 11th. If you go down on the discussion board to week 8, October 11, you're going to see that if you click into week 8 and you open it up, and you go to the assignments and you click open the assignments, you'll find that here is where you can file those first 3 assignments. Now they're not all 3 assignments due on week 8. They're due on the week that we're talking about the topic, and it's going to be one of those first 8 weeks in the semester. But the place where you file your assignment to me for grading is located in week 8. This is where you'll find where you can click on the heading here and attach both your 2 to 4 page paper plus your presentation to class. And then you'll be posting that presentation on the discussion board so your classmates can take advantage of the information through your presentation, which, for example, might be a short PowerPoint summary of what you found that you can share with your classmates. So you'll do that 5 times. 3 of them are due by the October 11th date, and you'll find the places to file those 3 during the in the week by week section for week 8. Now the other 2 you'll do in the final part of the semester and on a topic that we're covering in one of the last several weeks of the semester, and you'll find the place to file those assignments under week 15, which may not be available to you right now, but you're not doing those yet. We haven't reached anywhere near the middle of the semester. So when you're getting ready to do those, you'll be filing them through assignment links that are located in week 15. And so that covers those 5 mini papers. You'll be doing 2 5 to 7 page papers. And originally those were 8 to 10 page papers. We've now reduced that to 5 to 7 pages, plus the cover page and plus the reference page. But those papers, the first one will be due in week 5, and that's on ethics. And you can go to week 5. Here it is for September 20th, week 5. Go in there and you'll find details on the assignment for research paper 1. It's going to be on ethics. Now, there was an older version of the syllabus that referenced, that we've had circulating, that referenced some other topics for that first research paper, and I've changed that topic to being ethics. And so the first research paper that is on the topic of ethics. Your second research paper, which is due October 25th, if you come down, October 25th is, I don't think may not be visible to you yet, but in week 10, October 25th, the 10th week, you go in and you'll in the assignment section and you'll find more information on that when I publish it. I have not circulated that yet, and that'll be on spiritual leadership. We're actually going to be talking about the issue of spiritual leadership a few weeks previous to that. So, and then you will have a final paper that's going to be presented on the last day of class, the last week of class, which is week 16, starting December 6th. And that's a very short period of time, and we'll review the final paper in due season. I have not set out the parameters for that. So you want to kind of take into account those 2 5 to 7 page papers and your final paper, and that might help you determine where you want to put those other mini papers at. So sometimes they may be picking topics on the same day. Then you at least know, well, I got 2 papers due that week. But otherwise you might space them out throughout the semester. Now, another conversation that's taken place, and please ask me any questions about this that you want. There's a questions link on the discussion board. I'm going to go to the discussion board right now to talk about trying to deal with what we're doing in the discussion board. Now, I haven't opened week 2 yet. I will shortly, and by the time you see this, it will have been opened. But I'm looking here in week 1, and you've got a long page of all these threads, because we have a lot of people in the class, and you're going, how do I know where to respond? If you go to many of you should have a choice of 2 views. A list view, and it's up in the upper right hand corner. It says list view and tree view. If you pick the tree view of things, what happens is if you look closely at the threads, if there's a plus in front of it, that indicates, in this case, it's Robert Harden, and you click on it and you can see that he's had 2 people respond to him. So that allows you to look at Robert Harden and be able to click and respond on his initial thread. And then what happens when you hit a reply is you'll be added down here. You have to kind of pay attention. How do you know what's the original thread? The original thread will have a little box with a plus or a minus in front of it. And then the other responses won't have boxes on them, typically, unless somebody is replying to a reply, and then it might have a small box. But that small plus or minus is the first indication that you're dealing perhaps with an original thread or a reply to a reply. And I know Blackboard is confusing and difficult, and I wish those indents were larger than they are to help us do it. The Blackboard opens, typically for this class, it opens on a Thursday evening when I'm prepared to open. Some days I'll open it earlier in the afternoon and you'll have more time to look at it. I will send you an email as soon as that board is open, but it will typically open by early evening. It officially closes, according to the syllabus, closes Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. for any further discussion. And what I did in this first week was I didn't put any deadlines for posting in the discussion board. Simply, I asked you in some cases maybe in some of my classes to post early in the week so people have a time to respond to you, but I was pretty loose about that. As we go along, I may be asking you to file your first response by sometime on the weekend. And the reason is so that people have adequate time to respond to your post and to reply to it. So I'll be putting some earlier deadlines in there for when I'm asking you to reply to a post or to make your original post. Those are separate from your assignments. Your assignments have their own deadlines, and when you read the assignment, it will always have the deadline right near the top of it and clearly marked, and whatever day the assignments due is the day the assignments due. That's separate from the discussion board. Discussion board will have more and more deadlines appearing in it, but if there's no deadline listed for when you're supposed to put the post in, you have technically until Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Practically speaking, I'm going to tell you that I probably won't actually button up that forum until I'm ready to post the next forum, which might mean that it's staying open until sometime on Thursday. But officially, it will close at 11:59 on Wednesdays. So I would try and get all your discussion replies and all of that to the topics we're discussing in discussion board. Try and get them done before 11:59 Wednesday night, because in some cases it may close then. And I wouldn't fly on grace all the time that it just happened to remain open. Now I'm going to leave the forum open from week 1 for a little longer for people that are coming and going and getting registered in that, so people have a little more time on week 1 to get their discussion posts in. But in the course of week 2, by Wednesday, the end of week 2, Wednesday night, we'll be buttoning that up. If not at 11:59, then certainly on Thursday morning. So, and then the fresh posts will be up Thursday early evening at the latest. So, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of what to expect. Please ask questions. I want to make this as easy and uncomplicated as I can. You have 5 mini papers, 2 5 to 7 page paper, and a final paper. Your first research paper of 5 to 7 in length is that assignment is out, and it's on the topic of ethics. So I look forward to your presentations and more coming. Thanks.